How's it going out there, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Um, it's so actually, I probably will get one more live stream in before the new year. But just in case I don't see you, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and everything else in between. So I'm excited. Just launched my second course where I'm producing for another artist, and this was my good friend and an amazing guitar player, artist, blues rock guy, Jared James Nichols. What's up, Josh Norco? Thank you for the super chat. So Jared James Nichols, I sent out an email a few days ago that was really fun. A couple things about it were fun, but I shared a clip where I played Freebird with Jared James Nichols. Maybe not quite 2 years ago. Jammed with a show for Jared James Nichols. We played Freebird with Peter Keys, who's the keyboard player from Leonard Skynyrd, and the guitarist from Shinedown, guitarist from Judas Priest, and I was up there too. Crazy. Going through a Boss Katana. Everyone else had their giant stacks of amplifiers behind them, and I had the little Boss Katana, the little amp that could. Boss Katana makes a great holiday gift for anyone, for the guitar enthusiasts out there. It's a great affordable amp that sounds great. It's got all the effects built into it and stuff. So quite happy with that. And yeah, so I'm going to talk about this Jared James Nichols master course that I got to produce and put together. You can see in the pinned link down below, the pinned link for that course. And let's see. Yeah, it's really fun. So this is the second one of these. The first one's Marcus King. The second one is Jared James Nichols. The third one that's going to be coming out right near the new year will be Phil X, who plays in Bon Jovi now these days, but he got his start, playing in, a bunch of different bands, but kind of that first generation of YouTube. He was on that, doing the guitar demos for Fred and Americana. Those were awesome. And then I just finished shooting another one with great young, amazing artist Quinn Sullivan. So that'll be the next one after that. And we've got a bunch lined up, talking to some other really amazing artists. There's a couple really famous, well-known bluegrass artists I'm talking to about producing for them. Josh Norco, another Michael Ream needs a shout out. Josh Norco, you got a shout out for Michael Ream. Greg Levinson, I appreciate that super chat as well, you guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, so I've got a couple of famous bluegrass guitar players that I'm communicating with. One's like kind of the most famous currently. Just leave that to your imagination. And a couple of cool rock guys, and also one of the most successful blues artists currently as well. So hang out and check it out in the future. Also, you could always sign my newsletter or just sign my list at martymusic.com so you can be notified when some of these come out. Okay, so check this out. This is a cool technique that I'm going to show you from the Jared James Nichols Master Course. Brand new, out for a few days now. Check that link pinned down there. And this is a really cool thing. You know, he's got a unique style. One thing about him that was interesting, and also getting to produce these courses for these artists is super fun because I enjoy kind of using what I've learned over the years on how to make a course and direct it and shoot it and everything. But also, as just a guitar player and a fan, I get to kind of soak up some of the essence of each of these guys. And so Jared's a great teacher. Not every artist is a good teacher. Steady Sunrise, Super Chat, thank you so much. And FTHES with the Canadian Super Chat, I believe. Thank you so much. Guitar lesson of Live Alive by Default. I've never heard of that. I'll check it out. Okay, so Jared James Nichols, a couple things about him. He doesn't use a pick, he uses his fingers, but anything he teaches can be translated with a pick, just in case you wanted to do that. But he uses his fingers. Also, what's interesting is he plays it like a right-handed guitar player would, but he's left-handed. And so my old buddy Brett Papa is like that. There's, you know, that's a thing. A lot of lefties actually play right-handed, but it kind of makes their technique a little different because they're strong hand, or I don't know what you call that. They're yeah, and Derek Trucks doesn't use a pick either, but I think their you know, strong hand is doing the picking. I mean the fretting, not the picking. Okay, so check this out. We're gonna do a little bit of the G minor pentatonic here. So that'd be the first fret, third fret on the E string, and then the first fret and the third fret on the A string. And then you can slide that third fret up to the fifth fret. And then you got that blues note on the fourth fret A string. Like that. But something cool that he did was he used, with his fingers, the open G string. And he would pluck that along with the notes here. He didn't come up with this, but it was just one of his cool little trademarks. So watch, here it is without that open G string. But if I add that open G with it, so it really adds a lot of character, and it's just got a cool vibe to it. Oops, sorry. Now, the thing that I would do that the most in would be the key of E before hanging with Jared. So that could be a thing where you play that open E minor pentatonic scale. The open E minor pentatonic scale, but then add the open high E there. So when you hear your ear hears that sound, it just kind of, you know, makes your ear perk a little bit, as opposed to, instead you've got. Now another way you could do that in any pentatonic is just cover, like if I'm in the E minor pentatonic right here. You could add that 12th fret high E right there. You could also do it with a pick. Now I like this way where you put your pinky on that root and then you've got the octave here. So if I'm in the key of E, I've got 12th fret high E and 9th fret G. And then you go like this. Which is so much cooler than, and there's nothing wrong with just the single note. But way cooler with a. What I did that time was I did hybrid picking. So I used the pick and then my middle finger on that drone note. Z Cap says, getting out of the beginner phase, want to learn more about theory and making his own music. What scales and such would you recommend for me to get started? Well, the pentatonic goes forever. But the other thing I would say is I do have a course called Intermediate Foundation, which just gives you all the crucial kind of starting foundation for playing guitar. So I would recommend you checking that out. And yeah, so that's a good starting point for you. Okay, so let me get back to that Jared technique, or it's featured in the course, Jared James Nichols Master Course. Link pinned down below down there. Here's another cool way that you could implement that technique. You could play the B minor pentatonic. That's along the 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7, 10. So, the other things from before. But because of the open B string, you can do the same thing like this. I can get that open B there. So that's just one of the many cool techniques in that Jared James Nichols Master Course, which you can check. There's a special introductory price going on right now that's going to end pretty soon, but you can get that right there. So he's a great guitar teacher. So he teaches a bunch of really cool blues, blues techniques and things like that. But another thing that's unique about like a Marcus King course or Jared James Nichols course is that they perform some of their own original songs, but then teach the song, but then also talk about the techniques and stuff that make up that song. So it gives you a cool kind of point of view that can help you in the creative process too, besides just like techniques or blues licks or things like that. So so anyway, that's another really cool thing about it, and had a lot of fun putting it together. I highly recommend it. You got to check it out. What's a good love song to impress a girl? Well, let's see. Marvin Gaye's pretty good. You know, it depends on how well you know them, I guess. But like, you know, Let's Get It On. Let's see, Hey There Delilah is maybe a kind of more contemporary kind of love song. When I was in high school, I think and speaking of Blackbird, you know, Paul McCartney talks about how people teach that wrong. And I did a couple things wrong on my old lesson. It's like 9 years old now. And, you know, I don't always teach things 100% right. I make mistakes sometimes. But the reason for that one was because it must have been in a songbook the wrong way, or not the way he played it. I was going... But there's two spots that's different. It's this lead and tone. So maybe I'll make a video about explaining that. You can't, I mean... or it's very, I mean, as you play through, you really can almost not hear the difference. It's just like one little, there's these like little tension notes. So you got to check that out. I have Mark Hoppus glasses from Blink-182. Well, not intentionally, but maybe we both go to Warby Parker. Free shout out to Warby Parker. Rafael YouTube says, how do you get into solos? Best way is to learn the home row minor pentatonic scale first. You can even do it in the key of E. So 12th fret is the root. And be 12, 15, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 15, 12, 15. So you start with that, but you can also, well, I have a soloing for beginners course at Marty Music if I'm going to sit here and plug my own thing, so you can check that out. But one thing you can do, I'll do it in G because I already have this loop from this blues. It's the same thing, I just plug in the G note first on the 3rd fret E string. You can play, start with a 1-note solo. So then you're improvising with rhythm instead of the amount of notes. So that can be something like this. Then, you know, you build from there, but you can start with the 1-note solo, then the 2-note solo. 2-note solo there, but just felt really good to play over that. But you can, that's one of many techniques. Another thing you can do is practice the scale in triplets up and down to a rhythm. Triple, 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 which is 3 notes per beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so just to recap what we've been talking about in this live stream, and thank you guys for tuning in and all that stuff. Really appreciate you guys. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year as it comes. But today specifically, I'm talking about the Jared James Nichols Masterclass, and it's available now. So check out that pinned comment down there. And it's at an introductory price right now. So you can get that at a special intro price. And that's going to be going away soon. It's got great blues rock techniques in there. And, it's everything that makes Jared James Nichols tick. It's like his own vibes and everything. So you definitely want to check that out. And appreciate you guys. I'll just look at some of your comments now. That's the main topic. I have not seen the Kill Switch Cable by Fender. Don't know it. Just a Guy says, Marty, can I ask you about Marshall amp? I've never owned a Marshall amp, but when I've played through them, they're awesome. They're super fun. I know there's specific models that are probably better than others, but I don't have a lot of experience with them. Let's see here. More Black Sabbath tutorials. Yes, I do have one on my list of some that I'm working on. Jeffrey Van Ostall says, the video of you playing with Jared was awesome. Thank you so much. Looked so fun. I appreciate that. It was so fun. One fun thing is there was a bunch of guitar players on stage and they all had giant stacked amplifiers, and I was just playing through this little Boss Katana there. And funny enough, I got off stage and the CEO of Gibson was there, Cesar, shout out, Cesar, and he was like, your amp cut through the mix more than all the other guys. Now, I think part of that, it was just the actual sound guy and the house sound, probably just having my amp cut through more, but that was really fun to hear that after that was done. Line 6 amplifiers, they're great introductory amplifiers as well. I haven't played one in a really long time, but I remember years ago when those first came out, and it was a great alternative to a more expensive amplifier. What picks do I use? Let's see, is it my own pick today? No, it's the thickness is a 1.10 millimeter. Carrie says he likes the SRV course of mine. Thank you so much. So this is a 1.10 millimeter pick. And then also, I actually there's these picks called Jazz 3 that are really small. Like Joe Bonamassa uses those. Bunch of shredding kind of guys use those. This is kind of an in-between shape of like a normal like Tortex, like regular classic pick, and one of those more sharp, like it's a little sharper around these edges here. So I kind of found a happy medium, but these are the ones I've been using for quite a few years now. 1.10 millimeter, I haven't really changed from that. Kathy G, nice to see you here again. And you're on chapter 11 in the SRV course. So fun. Well, thank you so much. Let's see. These picks that I'm using right here are straight from D'Addario, the string company. They do make great guitar-related accessories as well. So go check. You can go to D'Addario.com and you'll be able to see, see that on there. And I think D'Addario is the best accessories company and the best string company. And what's interesting about D'Addario is they actually make a lot of the other brands' strings for them. And then those brands package them into their own package. So D'Addario actually, you might say, oh no, but I prefer this other brand of string. There's a good chance that you're actually, that it's a D'Addario string. Just interesting little factoid for you. Greg Levinson, thank you. Yeah, I toured their factory a couple times and they've treated me really wonderfully. I've met Jim D'Addario, who, I don't know if it was his grandfather that started D'Addario or his father. But anyway, he was fantastic. They've just been great company. Let's see, Jeffrey Van Osdal, you like their XL coated. Yeah, NYXL 10 gauge or what I've got on this guitar. And it's what I go to for my electric guitar strings. DJ Gene, yes, this is my signature. Look at that. Never imagined in a million years I'd have my own signature guitar with a cool logo on it with the with the hat and everything. That's crazy. Oh, Josh, yeah. So let's see. Was it Greg Levinson? You had a fire? Is that right? So sorry for that. Yeah, I'd love to help you out. Chapter 11 talks about muting all but one string. So hard to get a clean sound. Does it come with time? Yeah, it comes with time. And also, if I remember correctly, what I was talking about in that SRV course and muting all the strings is sometimes you want to not worry about, you want to deconstruct all the elements. And so sometimes you want to go. Right? Other times you can do. And then other times you try and put them together. Rice Taco says, how should I practice alternate picking? I like just something that's practical, like the pentatonic scale. You can even take part of this extension here. So that's part of the A minor pentatonic. I'm playing 10, 8 on the high E string, and then 10 on the B string. So 3 notes repeating. But then you alternate every note. And when you do it in 3s, if you look, you reverse the pattern. So on the high E, the first time I do down, up, down, and because it's an odd amount of notes, the next time you do it, it's up, down, up. down, up, down, up, down, up. And so you're getting some great technique practice. Now, for really playing speed or faster notes, picking every note is going to be harder to play really fast than being able to do hammer-on pull-offs and alternate picking, a combination. You know, I didn't pick every note on that. Let's see. Elijah Kirkham says, can you teach more Tenacious D? Well, I love Tenacious D. You can pick a song, let me know what song you like, and I'll take it into consideration. Greg Levinson, awesome. How to make the hand between the thumb and, oops, sorry, I lost you there. How to make the hand between the thumb and pointer finger stop hurting when doing bar chords. Between the thumb and pointer finger. I don't have a good, I'm not sure. I'd have to like see what you're referring to specifically. Let's see here. Advice for more advanced players. It's too broad of a question. But for anything on guitar, anything at all, you want to set tiny little goals, tiny little achievable goals. And so they're achievable, and then you stack those goals, and that's how you get good at anything, I would say. So you definitely want to, you know, find those tiny achievable goals. I also like to say practice for 5 minutes a day, because that is forcing you to be consistent, and 5 minutes sounds really easy and it doesn't take up a lot of your time. And that also 5 minutes means consistently picking it up every day. But hopefully when you have extra time or you're inspired in one of those sessions, you can play, you know, for a lot longer because you have a little breakthrough. So 5 minutes a day is really, it sounds real easy to pull off, like, because a lot of people say, oh, I don't have enough time, I'm too busy in my life. 5 minutes a day, you have 5 minutes a day, but then when you do have that extra time, that 5 minutes can become an hour. Or I'm explaining right now, BC, I'm saying 5 minutes isn't, ideally you want to practice longer than 5 minutes, but if you set the goal of 5 minutes a day, sometimes those 5 minutes, you know, it means like picking up the guitar. Sometimes people just avoid it altogether. So what it's doing is forcing you to pick up that guitar and play it. And then hopefully when you get inspired, 5 minutes is like a very unintimidating amount to make it easy to pick up the guitar. And then, let's see. And then you pick up the guitar and it can go for longer. When you're inspired, you have a little breakthrough. And Ozzy Farrow says he plays at least a half hour. So that's good, but like 5 minutes just means like, oh, I can do 5 minutes. But really, yes, of course, you should play longer. But 5 minutes a day as your goal gets you to pick it up consistently and then have your little breakthroughs and play for longer. Let's see, playing guitar for 3-man bands like Cream's Easy Top Rush. Yeah, that's good. I like that with those bands, like the playing like 2 notes. because when you're in a power trio, there's no chords behind you. It's just a bass and drums playing. Exercise to play fast. I think I have some videos on YouTube for that. Mode patterns that are different than the ones you teach. 3 notes per string. That's another approach to it, the 3 notes per string. It's just not really a specialty of mine, so you'll have to look that up and get that information from somewhere else. I know what that is, though. A lot of shredders use that. Do I agree that Third Stone from the Sun is one of the best instrumentals? Let's see. It's been a long time since I've tried that one out. Will I ever get a signature guitar or strings? SM64 BLJ says, will I ever get a signature guitar or strings? Well, yes. How to learn scales and music theory. Tiny achievable goals. Gustavo, there's the professor. I can play guitar because of this guy. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Do you know how I could get a Cliffs of Dover type tone? I would just look that up on YouTube, but there's a certain amount of overdrive, maybe a cool overdrive pedal, right amount of delay, right amount of reverb. I think he's playing a Strat. I think he had his Strats, Eric Johnson had his Strats wired where his bridge pickup had the tone rewired so you could actually turn the tone down just on the bridge pickup. That was something special he did specifically. So that's something you can look into. Big Mouth Bob, what's your favorite band? Well, it's like, you know, there's so many great bands, but the Beatles are kind of like the most fun favorite band to say for me. Josh Norca with the super chat, thank you so much. Let's see. Get that. Sorry, I'm looking at your comments. Joan Jett songs. I don't have a reputation. I don't have those straps anymore for sale. Tedeschi Truck Song, I love them. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up, but just want to say thank you for the support. Check out that Jared James Nichols master course down there. Appreciate you so much. And yeah, that's it for now. We'll talk again soon. Appreciate you guys. And hope to see you again soon. We'll see you later, guys. Thanks.